The low rattle of air conditioning covered my footsteps until at the end of the corridor I came to your apartment, number 49. The front door had been forced and yellow police tape was stretched across the doorway as if it were enough to stop trespassers. Once inside, it was unrecognisable from the room I'd seen only a few days before. The shutters were half open and birds had left their white mess on the heavy sofa. Clothes had been thrown around and upholstery slashed. Even so, the room retained your faint aroma. I imagined it was the police detectives and their underlings who had upturned the rooms looking for clues, but may have been someone else. My feet knocked against two smashed pale blue teacups. I gently nudged one piece with my heel and it rocked. I couldn't imagine anything significant had been left behind, but I hoped to find something that had been overlooked, or more foolishly, that you'd walk out of the bedroom smiling. I remembered you back when we were interns, when everything was still fine between us. You had been barefoot, or were leaning against the wall. We'd talked all night. You'd worn old-fashioned pyjamas. It'd be cold, you'd said. As I'd pulled on my jacket to leave, you leant over your sofa and conjured up a cream-coloured scarf, which you proceeded to drape around my bare neck. In your gentle proximity, I watched your downcast eyes, wondering if you could ever be happy with just me. You looked up from tying the scarf and grinned. "Always so serious," you said. In response, I pulled a mock, stern expression, followed by an exaggerated look of vacant happiness, and although I couldn't tell which of these emotions I truly felt, I was cheered by your smile. I never knew if you deliberately ignored my attempts at intimacy, or whether you simply enjoyed my confusion. I had no idea what you were thinking much of the time. Whichever it was, I should have been straight with you, even if it was the hardest thing I could have done. My greatest fear was the drug of you being taken away, and I was almost certain that's what would have happened if I'd asked you to be mine. Maybe tomorrow, I'd thought. "What was that about tomorrow?" you said. "Nothing," I said. You finished with another tug and laughed at my bemusement. "Don't forget," you said. "I won't. I'll take the back stairs." As I headed back to my place, the cold air stiffening my cheeks, I breathed in the scent of your scarf and regretted not being honest with you, not just saying, "I love you, Eva. I want us to be together." If I hadn't been such a coward back then, Eva, we might have been in your apartment right now drinking from your favourite blue teacups. Now I pushed aside the remnants of a side table and lifted a loose floorboard. The hiding place was empty. I could only hope you had the goods I'd stashed there, rather than them being in the hands of the police. A twitching sound came from the bedroom, as if someone was loudly leafing through a book. My head jerked instinctively towards the front door, but the police tape hardly stirred. As I neared the bedroom, the odd sound stopped. There was a sudden coldness in the apartment, and as I turned the doorknob, the riffling sound grew louder. On your bed lay an upended metallic bug, the size of a baby. The insect, with its shell the colour of dried blood, struggled to right itself by kicking its 6 legs with a quickness that made my skin itch. Barely able to look at it, I yanked the bedside lamp from the table and smashed the bowl so I could fry its helpless body. But as I drew closer, I saw one of its legs ooze liquid from a wound in its side. Pity coursed through me, and I was ashamed. It was no surveillance bug, I recognised, but a meticulous piece of bioengineering. Who was responsible for it?